Hey everyone, welcome to Sketch a Day Live. It is Wednesday, March 31st, last day of March. Had to get a stream in. Been busy lately. Been having some interesting conversations in the background, opportunities and whatnot. So apologies for not being here, but this week we are doing creative combos, creative combinations, and the idea is to take things you might not think of as connected, connect them, and come up with something creative. So I'm gonna do an example and then I'm gonna lean on you all for help. Otherwise, I'll just do a car and that example. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, that is part of our weekly sketch challenge. We do that in the Discord server. That is sketchaday.com/discord. I've got some paper here to warm up. And then we'll do the real stuff. All right. So hopefully you're having a good Wednesday. I'm having a chill day. Kind of an impromptu stream, so I'll give you all some time to tune in, check in, pop in, whatever you got. I'll let my camera warm up here. All right. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right. Let's move this keyboard out of the way. So I'm going to start with straight lines like I do. Maybe I will warm up with a car because that'll draw you in. I do want to use my airbrush, and I got some Frisket to try. I think I'd mentioned Frisket before as a way to kind of mask your sketches. So maybe we'll play with that a little bit today. Hello, Aussie. No worries. I've just been getting kind of busy, so I've got to figure out better ways to balance everything. So, but I had to get at least something in today. Tomorrow I'll be back for sure, and then Friday. So that's the plan. That's the plan. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, situations, conditions. Hope you're all staying safe out there. I think it's Easter weekend for those who observe, so happy Easter to you. As Latrice would always say, blessings to you and yours. So I should have taken pictures. I totally neglected, but I went for a little drive today just to clear the old head, reset a little bit, and went out to the Bonneville Salt Flat here in Utah. So just kind of drove out, listened to an audiobook. I like learning stuff while doing other things, so it was nice. Nice little reset for me. Sometimes you gotta clear the head. Or as Tyler the Creator puts it, sometimes you gotta close a door to open a window. Say no to make room for yes. That's my other mantra in life. Alright, I think I am gonna start with a car while we're waiting. So I just need to grab my paper. There we go. So I got some paper here. And I'm gonna keep it old school. Keep it old school. This pen doesn't feel fresh enough. I don't know if I want to really even do a top-down view, but we'll see. So, just roughing in a car. I don't know if I'm gonna go with this one or not, my sketch, but just roughing something in here. There's just something so, I think just for me, because everyone's different, but my confidence on pen is just totally different than it is digitally. Do you notice that for yourselves? Or am I just imagining things? NYC everything coming through clutch again. Thank you. Wow. NYC everything with the super chat. What's up? Have you started your YouTube with the tours yet? The videos? If you have, hit me up, man. I'd love to check some out. NYC everything. Thank you again for your support. So just roughing out a little car here, and I'm gonna try and airbrush it. That's why I'm doing this. I just got some brisket, it's called. I just want to try it out. So I figure while we're waiting for people to show up for the creative combos segment of the show that is part of the weekly sketch challenge that we're doing this week, I thought I would just warm up with a quick car here. So maybe we'll have another view just to complete the page. Trying to just mimic from the front view what's happening here. So thanks for the support, NYC everything. It feels something like that, but needs to probably be some more mass in the middle of our vehicle here. Anyhow, if it's your first time, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining, being a part of all this. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I did 6, so I need 1. Ah, there we go. I messed up, but it's okay. It's okay. Tom, what's up? Do I know Zofia? Yes, I do. You've been interacting with her. You got to get it up, NYC everything. I'll be happy to pump things for you. So, I really do appreciate it. Thank you. What's up, Jordan? Thanks for joining. So just warming up with this quick sketch, and then we're going to do some creative combos. That's the plan. So thanks for joining. All right, so like I said, I got this stuff. It's called Frisket film. My video looks choppy. Is it choppy? It's called Frisket film. So it's like sticky. Not recommended for use with automotive paints. Okay, good thing. I'm not using automotive paint. I hope I have my scissors down here. If not, this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. What am I doing? Fumbling around here. All right. So it's basically like giant masking tape. Power tool plus Shark, like Shark the animal. This is a Papermate Flare pen, is what this is. Do you mean like Shark the vacuum or Shark model? So today I was gonna combine a toothbrush and a screwdriver, which might sound weird, but that's what I want to do. Hold up, I'm gonna grab my scissors. Alright, sorry about that. I had to grab my scissors. Here, got the airbrush. So we're gonna use some air marker. So what I want to do basically is mask this off in little segments or sections. So I'm gonna just cut some of this here. These scissors are, I think they've been kind of wrecked by my kids, so let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna like try and mask this off, for example, right here on the edge. So the way I like to do this is you just take the film And I haven't tried this particular frisket out, so hopefully it works. But we're just gonna take the film and then lay it down like so. I guess I could have, that's what I should have done. I'm gonna redo this. Because I really want it in 2 pieces, right? Yeah, I want it in 2 pieces. So I'm gonna redo this. A tooth driver. Now you'll see, I have an idea for it. And I'll talk about one of the creative processes that I like to use. So the challenge being, we're gonna combine different things today and see what interesting results we come up with. Jordan says he's doing an animal and a power tool, a shark and a power tool. That's pretty different. That's more different than I would have done. So kudos to you. I'm just trying to get close to the car shape here, and this will make sense. All right, so something like that. So now we'll undo this. I only have about an hour again as well. Yeah, this is a real life mask. So when you talk about masking, in Photoshop, this is essentially what you're doing. Is this the right shape? I guess it doesn't matter too much. This is essentially what you're doing, right? So anything on top of this won't have color applied. So now I've got my boundary, right? And I kind of know where I want to mask. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take this knife now and just score the frisket. Being careful not to cut the paper itself, which can be kind of hard. But this is how it was kind of done back in the day. And if I have to go over it twice, I will, but... yeah, I'm gonna have to go over it twice. But I do like these old school techniques. Kind of teaches you how things are and why they are the way they are. I need new blades is what I need. All right, so let's see how badly I messed this up. If I did. I'm gonna need a new blade though, I can tell. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Whew, sorry. Found a few options. It's funny how like sometimes you want something and then it like isn't there at all. Okay, so let's cut along here now. A little bit sharper. Again, don't want to cut the paper. I probably should use like thicker paper. I wouldn't be surprised if this paper actually gets cut. Yeah, it's a little bit cut, but should be okay. So now I should be able to separate this just like this. We're gonna keep this film though. I'm going to try and keep this piece because we're going to need to use the opposite and cover up what we airbrushed. All right. So if I'm careful and I just save it, then I save myself a little bit of headache later on. All right, so there's my piece. I'm gonna save it off to the side here. So now I have a nice area I can airbrush. I'm not worried about the bottom because I wonder if I should do, let's do a black car. That would be interesting. Let's do a black car. I'm not worried about the bottom because I can use the airbrush in there, but like something like the wheels, if I want to preserve that, we can also use the frisket for the wheels. Takes a little time, but it's fun. Promise. You'll be like, whoa. At least maybe you will. Maybe not. Maybe you'll be like, whatever, dude. But I felt like airbrushing today, so I'm gonna do what I want. Okay, so plastic film, no plastic film. Hey, Jaden. No worries. Lynette. It's all good. Oh, Zafia joined the Discord. That's cool. Yeah, she's super talented. Maybe you should be like the creative technology consultant for us older people. Us fuddy-duddies that don't know what we're doing. Probably not a bad idea, actually. And then just kind of be like a Gen Z tech consultant for creatives. Here's how you do Discord. Stuff like that. It's not a bad idea, Tom. I'm being kind of serious. I've had a lot of people ask me about even my video setup here. Like if I could consult and help them have a setup, you know. All right. So I just want to get the wheels, and then I think I'm good after this. So why am I doing this the hard way? Well, I think when you understand how to do things the old way, it makes the new things that much easier, I think. So at least that's what I'm telling myself. So last time, if you remember, I did some quick masking with Post-it notes. We can do that as well here. Like if you don't want to bother with this frisket stuff, and it's not super expensive, but I have just a mega pack of Post-it notes that we can use. So I can take these now and just, especially where I have like a straight line, just a little easier. So if I do want to cover up the bottom of the car, the ground, we can do that here. So if you caught my stream a while back and I talked about reflections, you kind of have to think about what's reflecting in your scene as you do something, especially if it's super shiny. So as I do this, I'm going to be thinking, okay, environment wise, potentially what's reflecting and how do I show or represent that? Okay. And It's important, otherwise you kind of end up just guessing what's going on. Yeah, Discord's easy, but at the same time, it's like I didn't really know what I was doing, so I should have masked this little bit out, but we'll just go for it. All right, let's get some test paper. And get this party started. All right. So we're good to go. Good to go. So now on the side panel, what I'm going to do is go hard contrast on this edge to light, and then I'll take some marker and enhance the reflections in the side here. So I'm going to go so. And then now on the front here, remember the wheels are all covered up, so not too worried. This front panel I'll just do like matte or something, so I'm not too worried about that. The light, we can fix that as well. But yeah, I just felt like airbrushing today, so if you're wondering what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, just felt like airbrushing, people. All right, so now I'm gonna take some, probably C10. Some cool gray 10. Is this how things used to be done? Nah, I just do this for fun. It's all for fun. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna switch this out. Like I said, the front here, I'll probably just do with marker by hand. But let's take this piece off now. Because now I wanna airbrush the opposite. But you can kind of see the edge that we have. There's my overspray, but I wasn't as careful as I could be. All right, so there's part of our vehicle. And now I'll take the remainder that we had. Let's take these guys off too. But yeah, I don't do these very often, so this is just wanted to have some fun. Hopefully it's dry enough. I'm kind of rushing here, so hopefully it's at least dry enough that I can do this. I'll probably block out the windows here. And again, the frisket's cool because you can like reuse it and stuff. Actually, do I need to block out the windows? Let me think. No, I don't need to block out the windows. We'll just go for it. So back to my C8, but you can reuse it if you want. Whoa, you can reuse it. Mr. Raz, don't worry, I'll get the headlights in. not a big deal. That's what paint markers and white pencils, stuff like that's for. So, not a big deal. All right, so here the background, I think, unless maybe I will mask it. Mr. Raz might give me a hard time. So I'll just take these post-its and use them. Just kind of get it close enough. Close enough's good enough for me here. So if you don't have Frisket like I do, but you do have an ear marker for some reason, you can just use post-its like this and reuse them so you're not wasting them, right? Until they're like really dead. Hey Mecha Art, did you get the link to the Robo Gerbil, Mecha Gerbil? We did a Mecha Gerbil on Sunday for Sci-Fi Sunday. Thank you, Mr. Raz. All right, that's good enough. Almost. Just trying to limit some of the overspray, that's all. So there's always overspray. Maybe I'll cut this piece of paper here. Kind of just tuck this underneath, just to protect the rest of the sketch. All right, so now what I want to do is think about, okay, what's the surface geometry here? Do I have a pencil? Don't have a pencil. Woefully unprepared today. Woe is me. Anyhow, so let me see if I have one here I can use. Ah, here's a pencil. So what I really want to do is think about, okay, if this has a cross section like so, for example, let's say we have a hood line like that, and we have another shape there, is just kind of think about, okay, where am I going to put my core shadow? So if the hood is slightly curved, for example, I may have a core shadow going all the way down like here, and then I'll go light and then light. All right, so that's kind of how I'm thinking about the shading here. I'm not going to worry about those lines. They're not really going to have any bearing on anything. Instances like this where you have a little bit of a fold, maybe you get a little bit lighter in there, but I can always address that a little bit later. But I'm going to try and pay attention to that as I go. So I'll start with the C8 again, and maybe use even the C6. Maybe we'll blend C6 to C8. When in doubt, rough it out after all. Post-its are everywhere, not used enough. I think so too. Yeah, I got this idea from Joey Zeladon. I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, another talented designer. This tip is a little bit weird. Let's see if I can get a better spray out of it. Come on. Just the spray pattern's a little bit off. All right, let's try a different marker here. Hello, Solar Knight. All right, so this will work, I think. I'm just trying to contour the hood a little bit here. And then I'll switch this to the 8th, and then we'll go 10 for the details. Brisket reminds you of brisket, says Tom. I guess so. I guess I can kind of see that. All right. So that's enough for now. I guess I could make it a little darker. To you guys on the camera, it probably looks really weird. You're like, what the hell is he doing? But I'll show you in just a sec. So now let's pull this off. Hopefully I don't mess this up entirely, because like I said, I wasn't sure if it was super dry or not. And so there's one. And we can take our post-its off like so. And the wheels. I should have left the perimeter a little bit lighter, but I think I can fix that, so not super worried. Okay, so now I'm going to take this C10 marker, and I'll show you just at a slight angle what it kind of looks like. So now I'll take the C10 marker, start to rough in, say our DLO here. But no, I didn't use air marker at GM. We would use pastels though, like chalk pastels. It's another way you can do this. So you can grind up some chalk pastels, and then I'm not being super careful with the rims either. But yeah, you can grind up some chalk pastels and then use like a cotton swab to apply them to your sketch, and that'll give you a similar effect. It's a little bit different, but it's a similar effect. Are you still doing much by way of cars, Tom, or not really? Do they yell out in pain if you grind? Absolutely. What's up, Latrice? Yes, they do. They scream in pain. We used to have a person that would show up named Screams in Pain. I haven't seen them in a while though. So again, if you're doing reflections and things, just think about the environment and what might be reflecting here. So if this is facing, say, a horizon or something like that, you're gonna get, you know, some streakiness here and some dark to light stuff. And then over here, you probably get like a nice hard reflection. And I'm just gonna play off what we already have. So hard reflection to light right there. Maybe some of the details we can block out for the inside of the vehicle. You didn't get Yahoo? The Yahoo, I sent you a JPEG of it. That's weird. I'll send it again after the stream. I'm pretty sure I sent it to the email you gave me, so I'll see what's up there. All right, so just trying to capture some of these details I had sketched in but may have been lost in the airbrush process. Add like a slight outline here,
I use comparisons to Hitler to win arguments on the internet at the drop
for example. Just kind of touch up that curve. Oh, we haven't even gotten out the white pen yet, so fear not, do not worry. This will come to life. Just a quick gray marker, mostly gray marker sketch here of our vehicle. So Sketch-A-Day Live, thanks for joining. If it's your first time, I'm Spencer. I'm an industrial designer, creative, educator. Just love drawing in general. And on this show, sorry, I was trying to find a marker. On this show, I just like to show drawing techniques and so forth. I was thinking this grill could be red or something. Should be interesting. Don't normally see stuff like this, so why not? So just use the marker to finish up here. So again, think about the light. Okay, which one's facing the light more? All right, so we might have a nice bright spot here, for example, but not so much here. And that's kind of how I think about shading. And then right through here, maybe a dark, and then some light on the outside. So I'm going to leave that. Then I can jump to this red 27. Catch this edge, maybe under the light here. We'll darken that up. Maybe we'll add some texture as well. It kind of has a Lexus vibe to it a little bit. I don't like how round the top is, but I'll just live with it. Maybe it went to your junk mail, Mecha Art. Maybe. Weird, I can't find the one red marker. I need like a red 29. And there it is. Found it. It's just a little bit darker here. Help us pop things a bit. How can you catch a color on the edge? Do you need a baseball? Hello, Dennis. Or D-Nice. Not sure how you pronounce your name. Dennis D-Nice one. Oh man. These things always take longer than I anticipate, and then I'm running out of time. And I'm like, We haven't done the creative challenge yet, but we will. I'll go over if I have to. So yeah, there it is a little bit tipped. You can kind of see what it looks like. So I was saying on this far side, I want it to be a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna see if this white pencil can help me lighten things up just a bit. All right, so we'll just kind of work it light till we get it right. See if we can pull some of these. Just catch, as Mecca was just making fun of me. Make it so that there's a little bit of light on the top here. If you like this kind of thing too, check out Kate Hunt on Instagram. Super talented designer, works for Adidas, but in her spare time likes to do drawings of vehicles, things for people, things like that. So just on this wheel well, I need a flat side. Need like a flat side, so I'm gonna take this Cool Gray 4, see if I can flatten out some of the shading, just to give us a little edge, and you'll see what I'm doing here. So just a little edge, and a little wheel flare on the wheel flare. I mean. Because we're changing direction. So when you change direction, you change value in your shading. So now on this tiny edge, you can have just a little bit of light here maybe. Works particularly well where you have some dark value. I don't know what possessed me. I just felt like doing this today. So hopefully you find value in this little activity that we're doing. It's certainly not perfect, but
I stole a pen from the bank. I cried bearing a powder boy.
I'll take it. Yeah, I should have masked the glass after all, is what I should have done. I should have masked that out, but it's okay. It's okay.
I didn't get Inception. I didn't get Inception.
All right, so now I'll do the rims here. And for the rims, you kind of want to think warm and cool. So I'm going to use anything that faces down, I'll use the warm gray on. All right, so like down like that. Maybe we'll get a couple little hits there. This is facing out, so I'll use warm, like so. It's facing down. Why am I using a warm 5? I was like, man, this warm gray is really dark. It's all right though. Not a big deal. All right, so I may do something like that, and then now I'll take the cool gray, like so. And if it's facing up, we'll use the cool gray. And this way you get that sky tone, earth tone thing going. If you want to be more precise, you can obviously take some more time and do this. Let's take our 50% warm and hit some of these edges here a little bit closer to the light. So yeah, don't worry, I'll still do our creative combos we've been working on. So yeah, sometimes with these sketches too, less is more. So appreciate the comments, thank you. But even the airbrushing is fairly simple. It's not complex, and I haven't really touched the airbrush much as we've been going here. So hopefully you learn from that. Like, it really doesn't, you don't have to overdo it. And a lot of this stuff translates digital as well. All right, so like Tom said, it's kind of like it's kind of like Photoshop in real life, if you think of it that way. So like I said, I wanted to add some texture to this red. So I'm gonna grab a really fine pen here, like my 01. Or my 005. And then how about just on this side we add maybe just some little texture or something. It's gonna take some time, but I think it'll be a cool effect. Hello, your local channel. So yeah, it'll take some time, but just little things like this can make a difference. If I had one of these microns in red, it would be even better, but we'll just roll with it. I haven't gotten the white pen out yet either, so it's gonna get even better. But yeah, if you just remember that if a surface changes direction, you're gonna get a change in value. All right, and if something's shiny, you have to think about, okay, what's it reflecting? If you want to get even more technical, add the colors of those reflections in where possible. So yeah, maybe there's some texture thing going on here. I guess it's an electric car. There's really no vents on this, so, or intakes of any sort. If you like marker rendering too, there's a really talented dude, Sangwong Seok, I think is his name. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but also on Instagram. Check out his work. Super good. Maybe his account should be called Super Good, because he just has a very distinctive style. If you've ever seen his work, but. Gonna be charged with a Qualcomm fast charger. I guess so. I don't know. I really don't know. C10. Where'd my C8 go? All right. It's looking pretty good. So now I'll use some white pen. If I can find it.
I don't know her.
All right. So it depends on what you want to do, right? If you want to just bring out some stuff, little highlights, we can do that. Some of these edges. You can see how contrast can communicate. Well, hopefully you can see three-dimensionality if you put it in the right spots. So I'll likely come over this edge with just a little bit of gray. You'll see in just a sec. But that's gonna help it pop even more. And I really don't want to mess this up, so I'm trying to be very careful about where I put my palm on the sketch. But like your white pen is likely one of the last things you want to do on your sketch because it is opaque, meaning it's harder to cover up than say the marker itself. So you just want to watch out for that if you do decide to put some down. So that's why I kind of waited till the very end here. It's gonna be hard to show this hood scoop, but I'll do my best. I'm just using like pure black right here. So hopefully that reads okay. I don't know why it has a hood scoop if it's electric. But it does. Deal with it. Is this flare actually dead? For real? For real, for real, for real this time. 'Cause you make my earthquake. Don't leave. It's my fault. And when it all comes crashing down, I need you. There's also another dude on YouTube, Luciano Bove. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he does a lot of car stuff. Way more careful than I am. So if you're into that, there's also Burke Kaplan on Instagram, I believe, Turkish designer. So lots of resources. Cool to hear that Sophia joined the Discord. So, and of course we've got Danny C, who can help out as well if you're interested in this kind of stuff. All right, so there is my vehicle. I'm gonna throw in. Is that where I want to put it? So this is the hard part. Where do you put a part line for things like doors? Where does that go? But I want to have it. I want to have it in here. So I'm just mapping out a quick part line. And then we can pull this out now by just catching some of the edges. A little bit of white. Basically anything that's facing up catch that white edge. Boom. So there we go. All right, so I will upload this. For the sketch on top here, since it's just a supporting sketch, I'll just hit that with some gray, and then we'll do our... When can you buy it? I don't know. I guess if someone decides to make it. But yeah, here I just might hit, you know, just some of the downward facing surfaces, things like that. Maybe just get the glass, because it's just a supporting sketch. All right, so maybe something like that. But there's the terrible overspray. You probably can't see it too well, but yeah, there you can kind of see. Or I should have masked the whole paper instead. That's what I should have done. Oh yeah, and then headlights, like I was saying, wasn't too worried about these because we can always kind of bring this out, and then if there's some element in here or something, or series of elements, you can just paint that in with some white. So not too worried about it. I forgot to work on this edge just a little bit here. Very slight edge. Again, where a surface changes direction, you're gonna get a change in values. So just trying to show that change in value here on this edge. All right, boom. So we got it. Got it in there. Boom. All right, so that is my airbrush car. I've scratched the itch. I'm feeling good. Sign it. Send it off. To be on the Google Drive folder for you lovely, lovely maniacs. All right, so there's our first sketch today. Okay, so the challenge this week is creative combinations. And what does that mean? There's lots of different things. You can use lots of different tools. So one thing you could do, for example, is you could make 3 columns and say, I'm going to write some products here. So maybe it's toothbrush, maybe it's stuff in the bathroom. Toothbrush, soap, could have towel, maybe fragrance. What else? Scale. I'm just thinking about my bathroom, what I have in there. No potty talk, people. Anyhow, so maybe this is one category. Maybe the next one is like tools. All right, so we have screwdriver, drill, saw, ruler slash tape, and hammer. Oops. And then maybe this could be like material. All right, so maybe this is bath. Here's some tools. So I'm doing bathroom stuff plus tools. And material, we could do chrome, metal, wood, plastic, rubber, and then maybe fabric. Oops. All right, so once you have your 3 lists, then you can just kind of go through this and pick some random stuff. All right, so that's one way to do it. The other way to do it, I want to show you all, is this technique called scamper. So that just means substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, that's a long one, enhance, and I think it's, I'm trying to remember what the R stands for. It's like replace, remove. I think it's replace. Like you can replace it with something else. So that's where you get SCAMP And I might be wrong on the last one, but you can also use this so you could pick a topic, say it was something like a screwdriver. We're back to dirty sketching now. So let's say it was a screwdriver. It's like, okay, here's the handle. I could substitute the handle for something else. What would that look like? I could combine the handle with something else. What does that look like? I could modify the handle. We could enhance, so make the handle bigger. What if the screwdriver handle was huge? Doubled as a beer koozie. I don't know. So it's just an interesting way to come up with creative ideas. So these are two ways that I like to use when coming up with ideas. So the idea I had was, what if you took a screwdriver, right? So one of these. Maybe the screwdriver is battery powered, which kind of works for my idea here. And what if we combine that with soap or toothbrush? So screwdriver plus, soap. I use bar soap. I'm not fancy. Soap, or you could combine it with a toothbrush, right? So we could have two distinct ideas, A and B, or maybe you combine it all, and we'll just kind of have fun with it. So my idea, and I'm gonna just use this space and then I'll wrap the stream. I think if you had a handle like so, right, it's battery powered, and maybe we have our standard transition. What if you could replace this head here with different things? So I could have a screwdriver style toothbrush head, if you will. And I was thinking, what if the bristles moved like so? So it's like an extreme cleaning toothbrush. So you could have like extreme clean. And then as far as materials go or whatever, maybe this is chrome or something right here. But yeah, the bristles, I was thinking you could have kind of this rotary configuration of bristles. So as you're cleaning your teeth, maybe it like rotates but also moves in and out. So this is my quick way of showing bristles. So your sketches don't have to be fancy this week. It's just more about like creative combinations, ideas that you might come up with. And the thing with ideas is sometimes when we come up with something, we hesitate and we're like, that's stupid. It's only stupid if you don't do it. I think, right? So it's worth just trying it and seeing, hey, what would this look like, or what would this be like? So maybe this is on or off right here. And then what if there was another head that you could put on, but essentially you have like a tube of soap, and maybe this mounts to this handle. Now, as for why this is the case, I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe. And maybe there's just some little, I don't even know how this would look, but maybe it's like a little attachment here on this head. This is like an edge. And so as this thing rotates, right, it produces soap shavings. So if you just want to shave off some soap, maybe this battery powered handle. So soap shavings. All right, so there's two ideas from our list. All right. And granted, they might be terrible ideas. In fact, they probably are, but hey, part of the challenge, like I said, is to just have fun. Now let's just add some color, some shading or whatever. This is off center. It's gonna drive me crazy. So wonder if I can fix that. There we go. Fixed it. Boom. Just like that. So we've got one idea here, another idea here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do some abbreviated marker. It just means quick marker, not focusing too much on precision, or we're not taking it to the level that we did that car, right? But just a little color here, maybe some color on this tip, and I'm gonna do pink soap. That's what I'm gonna do for that. So we'll have our tip here and handle. This other view, my marker's drying out. I just need to take like a day and actually take care of my babies, my marker babies, because they've been neglected for a while, for sure. All right, so there we have two different ideas. We'll kind of help this pop a little bit, add some color, or not color, but some gray here. All right, maybe just a little gray through there. All right, so now that chrome's starting to show. So this is the answer to what if a toothbrush and a screwdriver had a baby. I'm not sure what color your soap is, but I'm gonna go with pink. Just because. Who taught me to draw? I learned to draw in college. I took a class called Rapid Visualization. This is kind of industrial design style drawing, so might not be your cup of tea, but it's what I do. So drawing for me is a way of just communicating ideas. It's not always about the fancy stuff for me. All right, so maybe this is my soap. Also, notice how I'm using text to kind of help explain things a little bit. If you want to take it a step further, having a hand in the sketch can certainly help. There's a lot. Yeah, so it's like a toothbrush that would rotate. So if the normal toothbrush heads look something like this, probably for good reason. All right, so you might have a toothbrush head that looks something like that. So I'm just saying, what if you took this and turned it into something that rotates but also moves in and out? All right, so maybe this. I'd have to do another sketch to show the different positions here, but maybe it like kind of just, it's like an extreme clean toothbrush. Would I recommend How to Draw by Scott Robertson? Absolutely. I have it on my back wall actually in the background. You probably can't see it. Let's see. Yeah, it's behind this thing. So there it is, How to Draw by Scott Robertson in the background, in case you're wondering. Right there. So yeah. Super good book if you want to check that out. Maybe these are charging contacts or something on the bottom of the toothbrush. Now, if you sketch loose like this, one thing that can be helpful is just giving your sketch some line weight. So I'm gonna just take this pen, and now on the kind of the bottom side of this tool or tool brush, just add a little heavier line there. Maybe on the outline of the bristles, kind of pull out this arrow as well, like so. And then do the same thing over here, just like that. So yeah, really weird ideas, but that's the whole point of creative combos when sketching. So 3 lists. I mean, you could do this again and say, what if you combine fragrance with a screwdriver? This thing, like you could keep going with that system, or you could say, what if you combined, and this would be even harder, a hammer and a towel. What does that mean? A hammer and a towel? I have no idea. Amelia says, "Oh, you're bad at drawing." I appreciate it, Amelia. I do a certain kind of drawing, but that's all right. Okay. How old am I? I would love to see your drawings. So if you have drawings you want to share, you can join our Discord and submit drawings. We'd love to see your work. You know, I'm always learning, so I appreciate the feedback and the critique. All right, so there's our two sketches today. We have the toothbrush and we have the car sketch we did. So if you missed that, check out the replay. You'll be able to see all the steps and how I got to this point. Maybe Amelia can show us their car that they want to do, or maybe it's their creative combinations. We'll see. But if you want to throw down, join the Discord and definitely say hi and become part of the community. So thank you for hanging out, everyone. I'm going to scan these and upload them to the Google Drive for patrons. If you'd like to support, appreciate the super chat from NYC Everything. Shout out, much love, much appreciated, and much respect to the patrons and channel members. So either hit the join button or hit up patreon.com/sketchaday if you'd like to support. If not, it's all good. I'll be back for sure. All right, everyone, take care. And as I always say, passion is the process. Do what you love what you do. And if you have a chance to share some of your knowledge or something you've learned today, feel free to do that, because ultimately it's going to help you. You know, criticizing someone, I'll just leave this note, is useful to a point, but unless you have something to offer, it's really unproductive. So definitely take some time to share with someone. If you know better, or if you want to share something with me, feel free to share that. I'm happy to learn and incorporate that into my skill set. So much love, take care, I'll be back, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.